What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Thank you so much for tuning into the Ash Said It Daily podcast. Y'all know we have fun on this podcast every single day of the week. Yes, we worked it out that way. You know why? Because I'm the bomb.com. Yeah. All right, so today we have a treat. I am joined by famed chef, the lovely Demetra Overton. Demetria, how are you?
Wow, you are too kind. Thank you. I'm doing great. I am doing wonderful.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for having me.
No problem. Thanks for making time. I know you got a tight schedule, girl. You know what I'm saying? Essence and oil. I know you got a tight schedule,
yes,
but
that's
we appreciate
right. I mean, your
you.
Essence magazine has been hard maybe on the cover, but
hey,
Demetra Overton of Sweet Savant is on the inside.
Get it. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to the meat and potatoes of that. We're going to jump into that. But first off, so we can get some background on you, Chef Demetria, let our audience know where you're from. Where do you represent?
I am originally from Queens, New York.
Okay.
My roots are in the South, so my parents are from South Carolina, but I was raised in Queens and spent a lot of time going back and forth.
Okay. Cool beans. So when did your fascination with food begin?
Oh, man. You know, it's tough to pinpoint, but I think I was about 10, and I wanted a cake. And I asked my mom to bake a cake. And she said, you can read, get a cookbook, and bake a cake. So I got a cookbook, and I baked a cake. So that's really how it started with me. And from then, I always wanted an easy bake oven, and I'd always bake little treats for my two older brothers, bake treats for us during, like, summer. We were off in the summer. We'd make little cakes and pretend to go on little hikes around the house or the neighborhood and open up our little packs of my little cakes and treats and desserts that I'd make with my easy bake.
Awesome. So when did you begin to gravitate towards making this a career?
Well, I guess I was about 20, and I always loved cooking, but I guess I didn't really know I could make it a career. So I'd been in banking for a short time, in healthcare. I used to work for the state of New York as a mental health therapy aide for a couple of years. And then I finally decided I was going to go to culinary school. I was about 25 at the time. And I enrolled in the Institute of Culinary Education in New York. And I did a work study program, so I worked it off and didn't have any debt when I came out. So that was huge.
Yes, and I tip my hat to you on that, sister girl, because it took me a couple years to pay off those loans. Woo! Have mercy.
Yes, it's not the best, not the ideal way to, start your career with a bunch of loans, especially when you're getting pretty much a late start as I was.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to do it the most financially sound way that I could.
Absolutely. So, all right, so you graduate and you jump into it. You're officially a chef. What was one of your biggest challenges that you faced?
Well, when you get out of culinary school, you think you're a chef until you get your first job. And then you quickly learn you are not a chef. You are a cook or a dishwasher or a asparagus peeler, whatever the actual chef wants you to be.
Gotcha.
That's your first hard lesson out of culinary school, is that you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
So you really then just do every job until you really learn how it works in the real world.
That's a good point. Very, very good point. So what was your aha moment when you realized that this was officially your calling?
Oh, wow. I don't know if there was one big moment for me. It's just always what it was.
Gotcha.
Once I was working in healthcare, like I said, as a mental health therapy aide, and I just knew it wasn't for me. It was a job, and it paid well, but I was never really excited to go to work. I was never excited about it. Was a job. It wasn't a career. This
Right.
wasn't how I wanted to spend my life. Um, and so I just had to just tell myself, look, is this how you want to live day to day, or do you want to do something that may who knows if it's truly the right thing to do. It's a struggle. Anybody that cooks for a living knows that you don't make a ton of money right out the bat, and that it's going to be a struggle to make a name for yourself. So I had to decide, was it going to be worth it? And it really was.
Absolutely. Well, kudos to you. I tip my hat to you.
Thank you.
So let's talk about Sweet Savant. So, you're in the midst of this glorious career, and then, people start blogging and talking about their recipes and things. How did Sweet Savant come about?
Well, Sweet Savant was, the blog came about to really just keep track of what I was doing day to day and show that to potential clients. My customer base is really built on word of mouth. So if people want to see what you do, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I can describe a dish to you, or I can show it to you. And that way you can see for yourself in that one picture, do you want me to come and cook for your party, your special event? So that's really how it started. And at that time, I didn't realize that the blog in and of itself could be a business. So that was a whole nother learning experience for me.
Absolutely. And you've definitely, turned a few heads along the way. Let's talk about this feature in Essence magazine.
Oh my God!
So,
wow.
How did that come about?
Well, I have been a long-time reader, fan of Essence magazine, and I sent emails to editors, just kind of, hey, I'm here, and I didn't hear anything back. And I would always tag Essence or Essence Eats in my Instagram posts, especially. And then I decided that I would turn one of my most popular pictures into a postcard. So I had it printed. I sent the postcard to an editor at Essence. I still didn't hear anything for a few months. And just all of a sudden, out of the blue, not really out of the blue, but I get an email saying, hey, would you like to do a recipe for us to be featured in the June issue? And, of course, I said, heck yeah. And that's how it came about, I just kind of, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Let them know I was here. And I just kind of kept producing good quality photos. Photos just mean so much.
Yeah. And
good content, good recipes. And eventually they said, hey, we would love for you to work with us.
Awesome sauce. So are you taking these photos yourself?
Yes.
Wow, so that's another hat that you're wearing on top of everything else. Photographer.
I'm a little bit of a micromanager, so yeah, I do. When I was working on I'm working on a cookbook currently, and I had a photographer come in to do some pictures, and they were nice, but I just felt like they weren't me. So I kind of back to doing it all myself. Yeah. It's difficult.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is something that I'm kind of learning myself, because I'm kind of doing a little bit of that background stuff now as I'm getting to more and more events, and people are hiring me on to check this event, do that event, and smartphone pictures are great, but there's nothing like actually having a camera there to capture the moment. So I'm learning, taking notes.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, YouTube and Udemy courses, things like that, have taught me a ton about just food photography and lighting, equipment. And I don't have a ton of expensive equipment.
Yeah.
But, you can do a lot on a smaller budget.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Chef Overton. With all your experience and everything that you've been through and all of the blood, sweat, and tears that people don't see in that Essence June issue of, the magazine and all, with all of that you have under your belt, what advice would you offer to any up-and-coming chef, any up-and-coming talented person that looks to jump into the culinary realm?
I would say get started and keep going. People want to know when is the right time and, should I start this? Just start. Just start. If you want to be in the culinary world, just get cooking and then let people know what you're doing. Everybody needs to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's the meme, like that sort of real G's move in silence or, don't let people know. I don't subscribe to that at all. Tell everybody what you're doing.
Yep.
Because you never know who's got that connection that you need.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to know what you need unless you tell them. So everybody needs to know what you're doing. And again, if you want to be a chef, then you got to feed the people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
People aren't going to just automatically show up at your door saying, knock, knock, can I have some food? You got to go to the people. Or you got to call them over. So feed the people, ask them to tell other people, and, you just keep working at it, improving. You got to get feedback, so you have to sort of put your feelings aside a little bit and ask people honest critiques, and which can be difficult. I know I struggle with that, but you got to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, let people give you the honest, 100% real opinion so that you can learn and improve and grow. And then you just keep going, because your blessing may come tomorrow,
mm-hmm.
But if you stop, you're never going to reach it.
This is true. Yes, always. I agree with that, Chef, because being open to criticism, that's how you improve and you become your best self, because outside people, outside opinions, they're good to hear. Because especially the ones that are going to be constructive. We're not talking about the haters and those that just want to say negative stuff. Those people that genuinely care about you and want to see you succeed are going to keep it 100 with you. So when they tell you that something is off or wrong or whatever, don't turn up your face at them and, oh, well, you ain't doing this and I'm not. No. Take what they say with a grain of salt and, maybe look inadvertently in yourself and say, okay, this is something that I can improve on. This is something I can make better.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the key is surrounding yourself with, smart, strong, positive people. Somebody that's not just, like you said, not just hating on you. Oh, why you want to be a chef?
Mm-hmm.
They don't make no real money. Why you want to do that? Yeah, those people, when I say, listen to criticism, not that criticism.
Right.
Not that criticism. Listen to somebody and think, what I think might be a better way, or here's another way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of critique. Maybe I'll, swap the word critique for criticism.
Right.
You need somebody that can say, have you thought about this?
Right.
So, you definitely don't want to have people around you that are dragging you down. You want people that are going to uplift you, but still tell you, what it really is.
Right. Right. I absolutely agree with that. Chef Demetra Overton, let everyone know the best way that they can get in contact with you. If they need to reach you for something, or hey, if they want to feature you in another publication.
Well, if you want to find me, I am Sweet Savant everywhere. So, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Sweet Savant. You can find me all over your internet. That's where you can find me, at Sweet Savant, wherever you look. If you just Google Sweet Savant, I'm going to pop up right on your page, right in front of your computer screen.
Love it.
That's how you find me.
Best of luck to you, my sister. I see many, many more great things coming your way. And, we're holding on to A-Town. And we will continue to support you in all of your endeavors as we see many more coming. We're claiming that.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate what you're doing.
Oh,
I really appreciate what you're doing, because sometimes we need a microphone. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really what this show, really what it came to be about, is it was like God was telling me, look, I need you to speak. I need you to speak up loudly so people can hear.
Yes.
And for a long time, I tried to hide behind it, and I tried to, oh, Lord, I don't think this is for me. I don't know. This is, this is for somebody else. Let somebody else have that. And he was like, no,
Yeah.
I need your behind out front talking to the
That's right.
folks.
Well, I'm glad you listened.
I'm glad I listened too. Be obedient. Be obedient.
Yes.
All right. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for supporting the movement, which is ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. Because that's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history book. Social media is cool. It's nice. It's fun. But real life is so much better. I'll tune to you guys tomorrow. We got some more stuff coming. I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces.